Hey everybody, Savage 8 here. So we're back on Lamania. This time we're going to make an iconic Eladrin, whatever that's going to look like. So let's do this. So that would be a Chaosmancer? Yes! Wild magic is my only friend. An Eladrin wild mage who causes chaos where they roam. See if they have more. I thrive in the entropy I create in the world. And we already knew that. They begin at level 1 and have 15 levels worth of XP. How about stats? 10 strength, 8 dex, 16 con, and they have a lot of charisma. Let's do this. Build it from scratch. String table error abilities again. So they suggest, let's go back. Yes. Back again. A lot of charisma, a lot of con. And typical abilities would be empower and maximize. So let's do that. That's what they suggest. Okay, what else would be good? We'll make this up to 10 because you know how I hate having very few skill points. We'll do this, we'll do that. And let's move on. Look at that. We're gonna have 2 as we level up. But we're not really gonna level up because we're just gonna look at the enhancement tree, right? So we need concentration and spellcraft. Let's take 2 away from spellcraft because we need the tumble, right? How could we do without the tumble? And they suggested empower. Alright, and maximize is the other one they suggested. 2 spells at this level. String table error. Chaos Bolt. Fires a small orb of chaotic energy at a target, doing 3 to 8 chaos damage for every cast level. Oh yeah, it sounds like them. And then we're gonna go Night Shield. What? Oh yeah. We're gonna do that one. And then Chaotic Neutral, just because. And we're gonna call her Mara Jade. Let's do it. What an outfit. What are we doing? Oh, that's right. We're iconic. So we're here. Elminster, what are you doing here? I'm going to accept the wild mage training. Okay, so I'm going to pause this while I do the wild mage training, and I'll get right back to you. in this video we're going to look at the Wild Mage, which is a type of sorcerer. So you can see in the enhancement tree, you still have Air Savant, Earth Savant, Fire Savant, Water Savant, but you also have a Wild Mage, and then Eladrin Chaos Mage. So let's go over the Eladrin Chaos Mage first. Oh, before we do that, in the feats, you still have the autumn affinity, spring, summer, winter affinity, but you also have this one called Wild Magic Fae, and Wild Magic. It's the same. Wild Magic, when you cast spells, you have a small chance to have additional strange effects occur around you. These effects vary. They mean V-A-R-Y, not vary. Greatly from helpful, dangerous to just silly. They're going to have to change the wording there because that's not grammatically correct there. Grants a 5% chance of a wild surge every time you cast. Wild surges will also manifest over time passively. Wild surges do not occur in public spaces. So these happen all around you. So it's not just to you, it's to you, your companions, your enemies, whatever. Alright, so the reason I bring that up is because in the racial tree, there's something that can change that. Alright, so in the core of the Eladrin Chaos Mage, you have Wild Magic. You have a slightly greater chance of generating a good or very good Wild Magic Surge. And then Dex, Intel, or Charisma. And then more, you have a slightly greater chance of generating a good or very good Surge, and then more Dex, Intel, Charisma, and then another Wild Magic too. And then Tier 1, nothing is hidden, same as the Eladrin tree, and Keen Senses, same as the Eladrin tree. Then the next one is Eladrin Chaos Control 1. You can spend 2 points in this. Very bad Wild Magic Surges shift to just bad for you. So you can take all the bad magic away from your allies, which is pretty nice. Next, Arcane Phase Step, and Step Through the Fade. They didn't explain what this one was, but then you can get 3 charges. So let's here we go. This one is the same as in the Eladrin tree, with all the bonuses the same. Oh no, these are all magical, so let's go. Disappear and reappear several feet in front of you. You start with 2 charges per rest. And then the seasons. Spring, you gain +3 to universal spell power for 10 seconds. Summer, +20 to spell cost reduction for 10 seconds. Autumn, +5 to MRR rating and cap, +1 per character level for 10 seconds. And winter, +2 to spell pen, with an additional +1 per 5 character levels for 10 seconds. Or, these look the same to me. I don't get it. These all look the same. So we're going to have to see what they do to change that. But if you pick this, you get, that's a 2 charges, right? For here, and then you can get up to 5 charges per rest. Then if you pick Eladrin Chaos Control 1, you can increase, do Arcanum, which is in the center, Increase your spell points and spell pen. And same face sight. While you have 100 or more spell points, you can see things as they truly are. You are able to see invisible creatures and pierce illusions. And the top tier is bad, wild, magic surges shift to just neutral for you. That's Eladrin Chaos Control 2. Then if we go back to tier 2, Minor Spring Attunement is +3 electric and sonic spell power. And your Spring Affinity, and that can go all the way up to +10. And your Spring Affinity grants you an additional +10 to electric and sonic spell power. If you go to tier 3, the Quicken Meta Magic costs 1 spell point less. And if you have Spring Affinity, it grants 1 additional +1 charisma. And if you go to tier 4, Spring Storm is a spell-like ability that creates dark storm cloud over the target, which blasts it and nearby enemies with lightning for 1 to 6 +2 electric damage for every caster level. Then if we move over to Summer Attunement, it's going to do the same thing for fire. And the Major Summer Attunement is the Maximize Meta Magic, costs 1 spell point less, and that's Strength. And the spell-like ability for that is going to be Scorching Summer. And then if you go to Autumn Attunement, that's going to be Acid and Poison. So that's +10 to Acid and Poison spell power. And your Autumn Affinity grants you an additional 10. And if you go to tier 3, Empower Meta Magic costs 1 less, and that's Wisdom. And your spell-like ability is going to be Autumn Decay, so that's a spell-like ability for Acid. And then your Winter Attunement, as you guessed, is going to be Cold and Negative. And Heightened Meta Magic costs 1 spell point less. That has to do with intel, and your spell-like ability is going to be a cold spell. So that looks kind of cool too. If you have the spell points to put, if you have the action points to put points into the Eladrin Chaos Mage. All right, let's check out the Wild Mage tree. In the core, you have Determination, +1 saving throw, and Chaos spell power. Next is +1 caster level with Chaos spells and 10 Chaos power, 10 universal spell power. Then you get Riches of Randomness, once per rest. Target an unopened chest and twist fate for a chance at better rewards for the entire parties. I have no luck with that, so that wouldn't do me any good. And passive, +10 Chaos spell power. Oh, and this does not stack with treasure finding from the Greater Dragon Mark of Finding. Fourth in the core is Entrophic Energy. You gain +1 caster level and +1 max caster level with all spells. +10 Chaos spell power, +10 universal spell power. +1% chance of incurring a wild magic surge when casting a spell. +1% spell crit damage with all spells. And then you can bless another chest, basically. And Reject Limits is +1 caster level and max caster level with all spells. +10 Chaos spell power and +10 universal spell power. And the last is an SLA, Channel Entropy. A field of chaotic energy strikes the target and nearby enemies, dealing 19 to 24 chaos damage per caster level. And then a will save will reduce this. Alright, and then tier 1, Chaos Bolt. So that's an SLA. And at the max, it's fire a small orb of chaos at a target, doing Max 10d6 plus 20 at caster level 10. Chaos Control, if you would get a very bad wild magic surge, you get a bad surge instead. I haven't played it yet, but I'm curious how these bad magic surges work. Alright, Student of Chaos. 1% chance of incurring a wild magic surge when casting a spell. 1% spell crit damage with all spells. Tide of Chaos. Once per minute, you gain 1 bonus to 1 of Reflex, Fortitude, or Wild saving. So, Wild Mage is just what it sounds like. Lots of chaos. And finally, skills. +1 to Spellcraft, Concentration, and Bluff. And here's an action boost for Wild Magic. 5% action boost to your chance of incurring a Wild Magic surge. Also grants a Wild Surge luck bonus to increase the odds of positive surges. Chaos Control 2. If you would get a bad magic surge, you get a neutral surge instead. A Student of Chaos, you can get up to 3% chance of incurring a wild magic surge and 3% spell crit damage. And Tides of Chaos, once per minute, you gain 1 of a variety of buffs that scale with your wild mage level. And 3% dodge while wearing no armor. And you gain 1d6 to dodge cap. Chaos Sphere, launch a chaotic orb that explodes on impact. And it uses the highest of your Intel Whiz and Charisma in its calculations. And uses the higher of your Evocation and Conjuration DCs. Power and Chaos, toggle. You gain +2 caster level and max caster level with all spells. Student of Chaos 3. So it's like the ones below. So it increases your chances of surges and spell crit damage. This one, they're still working on. Increase your ability score. Unpredictable consequences. Your Chaos Bolt, Sphere, Hammer, and Entropy spells and SLAs add additional damage, debuff, crowd control effects when cast. Unstable sorcery. Don't know. Oh yeah, I do. Hang on. Your cast level with spells is now equal to your character level instead of individual class levels. Doesn't change the caster level of rune, arms, wands, scrolls, or other items. And while wearing no armor, you gain 2% crit damage. So, if you were a multi-class character, I guess you go this one. Otherwise, you go this one. Because if you're not multi-class, it already equals this. So, no point in doing that. So, go this way. Same thing as the one below. Increases surges and spell crit damage. 2% spell crit chance with chaos spells. Increased up to 6. Ability score increase. And then tier 5s. Wild Strike. Surround target adversary with rainbows, dealing a max 10d6 plus 60 chaos damage, and every 2 seconds for 8 seconds, affected enemies take a random effect. And then Bend Luck, you gain Bend Luck whenever you fail a saving throw. You reroll that saving throw and take the second result. And it stacks with Slippery Mind if you have it. Rapid Surge, activate to trigger a short session where you get a lot of surges very quickly. Also grants a wild surge luck bonus to increase the chance of positive surges. Random deflector. While wearing no armor, you gain 1d100 MRR cap, and they re-roll this once per minute. Now, you know, with my luck, my MRR cap would go up 1 every minute. So, and then Tides of Chaos 4. -2 to all spell DCs. Whenever you cast a spell with a DC, you add 1d6 to the DC of that spell. So, just say, oh, so my spells, let's go look. Right now, my DC to this, not very good, it's 30, right? So if I did that one, it would be 28, and then I would roll, so you would hope you'd roll at least 2 to break out even, right? But you want to roll higher than a 2 on a 1d6. But my chances of, I would probably roll a 1, so I come out negative, right? Okay. So those are the enhancement trees for Eladrin, Chaos Mage, and Wild Mage. And I could see Saba doing them all right here. Yep. So I think when they actually get to the live server, I might try run a past live for both of these so you guys can see them on live. Alright, so that's it for now. I hope you understood what I was trying to say. And I might try and run these and play them. But I don't get much out of doing it over here on Lamania. I like seeing what the trees are. I like trying to test out a build in theory. But I like doing it on live much better. So I hope to see you soon, and thank you for watching.